What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Bank the Future, and I'm back with another video. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of tips and tricks on how to arrange your music or your beats in FL Studio 20. Although this applies to pretty much any DAW, here's a few tips and tricks that can get you on your way to arranging and making hits. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to start off at the beginning, and I'm going to play sections and basically break down the beat and let you know why I made the decisions that I made. So I'm going to be playing the beat and describing to you and stopping and describing the elements in the beat. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first I have the intro. I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
You are now listening to Money Making Music.
Yeah, now if y'all heard that, wasn't that nice? That was sweet, huh? So basically what I did, I'm gonna let you hear the chorus first. So, you know, when I make the beat, or I'm sure when you make a beat, I just make, you know, everything, you know, and then you have to decipher and turn it into a song basically. So these are the elements that I started out with in the beginning, all the instruments. So let me quickly mute these. Okay, so that's what I had when I made it. So what I did was I used the choir and the piano. I felt like I used the choir and the piano because I felt like I wasn't giving the user too much. You know, I want them to kind of get the gist of the beat, but I don't want to give it all away to them, you know, right then. You got to give them bits and pieces of the trailer. Otherwise, why see it if you just gonna give them the whole thing? So basically, you know, I took out a couple of elements, and then right here, this is a flute that I use in the second verse, but I just threw it in there just to add, like, you know, a little bit of switch up, so I'm not playing the same thing for another 8 bars. So
You are now listening to Money Making Music.
So I added a tape stop to it just to give it a little bit more oomph, you know. So that's what we did, added a tape stop. If you want to learn how to do that, just let me know and I can definitely create another video. So let me get started with the next part of the video. So I added a crash to the beat. I like adding a crash when it's transitioning into the chorus or something, just to give it a little bit of extra flair. Okay. Now, put these back on. So I basically had all the elements in the beat in the chorus pretty much. Because, you know, in hip hop, usually the chorus is full and it's the loudest part of the beat. So I incorporated every sound. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it worked for me in this beat, or at least I think so. So it sounds pretty good, and all I just did was repeat that, and then it goes into the verse. So I got a piano, I got a choir, I got a pad, and just in case you guys don't know about laying or anything, here's what I did. Turn this off real fast. So that's all the same chord progression playing over. I just wanted a little bit more oomph to it, so I just stacked it up. I just layered them with different instruments, and then I added the bell, which is essentially the same chord progression. It's just kind of like dotted or like a gated effect. And then this is really the only thing that switches up, like as far as from the chord progression. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna put all these back on and then go into the verse. So I said I had all those elements. I had a piano, choir, pad, bell, and a lead. Here's what I decided to do with it. So I was all like, well, how can I make the verse different from the chorus and, you know, keep the user engaged? So what I did was I took the 808 out. I took out a couple of elements, like the triangle or the crowd effects or chant, if you will, and the open hat. And I just left the snare, the hi-hat, bongo, and the piano to give it like an open feel. And the reason why I did that was because I didn't want to give away the beat again. So I kind of had to keep them engaged, because you don't ever want the person to kind of know how the beat's going to go next when they just hear it. Because I don't know about you, but as a musician, sometimes when you hear patterns over and over, you can kind of know where they're going to go to next. And that's one thing that you want to do, keep them guessing on how your range is, how you're going to handle your change ups, because that's one of the things that Timbaland used to do the most. I guess back in the day, well, not I guess, back in the day, he used to switch beats up, make like weird drum patterns, doing like things in a non-traditional way. So, you know, and it really helped him. So yeah, after I did that, I basically brought back in the 808 and the kick and just let it play. Okay, so now that's pretty much the chorus, and I just repeated that for another 3 bars. But then the last section leading into the chorus, I decided to add a filter, a cutoff filter. And here's what it did. Like, most of the times in beats can sound weird if you do not transition properly. What I like to do to add transition effects to my beat is I like to remove the kick, the hi-hat, and a couple of sounds away from the beat in the end of the section, just to give it like the last bar of the beat. I like to remove the kick, the hi-hat, just to give it some feel. So here's what it sounds like with the cutoff filter. To the chorus smooth. It wasn't like an awkward transition where, you know, sometimes it's just bam, it's the chorus. You kind of gotta figure out a way to split everything up and break everything down evenly so that it matches up and it progresses smoothly. You don't want it to be like, you know, choppy. So yeah, then basically you already heard the chorus, and then what I did for the second verse was I added that flute again that I put in the beginning of the song, just to give it some more texture and just to keep them guessing. For the second part of the verse, the last 8 bars of the verse, I added the flute. without the filter, basically, you see how it transitioned well still. I feel like taking out some elements, you're kind of letting the person know, hey, we're moving into the chorus now. And then I like to add a crash just to kind of give it that little extra. That's basically it, guys. I just wanted to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to arrange. Let me know down below in the comment section if this video has helped you, or if you have any questions, or maybe even some tips from me myself. But anyways, you know, hopefully this helps you. If not, just let me know. And if you'd like to know how to do a take, stop, or filters or effects or anything like that, leave a comment below and let me know what you would like to see next.